Hit the Zazook time. Bring my prayer for my money climb. Charts and trends, let's make it clear. Trade today, no fear when you're here. Gamble low, the lines are tight. Plan of moves before the fight. Strategy is sharp, we're leading the way. Zazook.App sit on the stage. Zazook time. It's Zazook time. It's Zazook time. Guess what? It's Zazook time.
Hello and welcome everyone to this episode of Crypto Pre-Market Prep. I'm your host Biz, coming at you live with co-founders Andy and Rene, two OGs doing the trading in the trenches, along with myself, on a daily basis. It seems like a lot of action happens, during the overnights, but also during the evening session as well. So curious to see what happened. There was a nice little drop, probably a lot of fun, but it looked like it recovered quite nicely. So curious to see how it looks overall. And without further ado, Rene, would love to hear the market health.
Yeah. The market health wasn't really affected by this little drop in Bitcoin. It was a very short drop that that went up right after it dropped. So I'll have a look at the chart in a minute of Bitcoin, so you can see that it was really a quick drop. Market health hasn't been really affected by it. All the coins in the 4-hour, 12-hour, and in the daily are still in a positive trend. And as you can see, the sectors are also positive. The only thing, as I said yesterday, we have to keep an eye on is the relative strength index is above 70. That's in the overbought area. So that means that there might be a correction, but coins can be, and also indexes can be in an overbought area for quite a while when the trend is up. So just keep an eye on these indicators. And let's see, where are we in the short-term trend? The short-term trend had a little pullback, so it's amber at this moment, which means that there's a short pullback in the price of Bitcoin. Long term, everything is still green. Fear and greed index has pulled back a little bit. Oh, it's the same. Sorry. So 72.
It's gone down. Scroll down a bit, I think.
No, I'm down. Today, 7:02 a.m.
The drop happened so fast it barely impacted the it was a fake out.
Yeah. Well, I think
Oh, you know what
I'm
happened?
not sure
I
if
bet you a
know the
lot of
reason.
everyone thought this was going to go to the moon and probably just went super over leveraged, and that's probably what happened. Is that they just got margin called?
Well, there was a earthquake in California, with a
Oh,
tsunami warning. Just around that time, a couple of hours before Bitcoin had this massive drop. As you can see, the 4-hour hold level held it up, and it bounced over that 4-hour hold level that we drew in, quite a while ago. The daily break hasn't broken. As you can see, it went above it and just pulled back just below it, and it's attacking it right now again. So if this level breaks, then we have another level that can hold the move down at what is it, 102.236, and there is also a break level, a 4-hour break level that needs to be broken for the move to be able to move up further. Just to show you that this crash happened, just in a couple of minutes, it went. This is the 5-minute chart, by the way. It just went down, and within the 15, 20, 25 minutes, all of this happened. So it was really a flash crash, as they say.
Yeah.
Well, what if Bitcoin can't hold these levels, and it needs to hold the 98, 376 around that area? If that doesn't hold the move up, and then we are looking for much lower levels. So let's see what Bitcoin does. It looks like it's attacking that level again here. This is this daily break level that broke through and went under again, and now it's trying to get above it again. If it can, then there's a possibility for Bitcoin to move up further. If it can't, then we are maybe in for a bigger correction. That's basically it about Bitcoin. And this is the daily chart. So there's quite some Bitcoin can't move up further.
Yeah. So we're at the top of the
Andy, I think you have got some news.
Yes, I can take over if Biz wants to share his screen. I'll share my screen.
Okay.
Let me know when you can see my screen, Biz.
Yeah, it's good.
Great. So Rene's gone through the market health, which again, as I said yesterday, Scotch yaw. Everything's Scotch yaw. Even after that fall, which happened in like literally 6 minutes, the volume was like 2.54 thousand bitcoins, like $500 million worth. So it was just a little flash thing, recovered relatively quickly. So yeah, as Rene's explained all of Bitcoin, so I won't go any further through that. I said I was going to take a trade in TIA yesterday, which I did, and actually today I got out at this H4, and then with just short of 5% profit times 5, because I'm 5 leverage, 25%, and then was just waiting for a kind of pullback to get in again, and then missed that because Rene and I were talking at the usual time we come on the stream. Biz was fast asleep. He's not mentioned that, so Rene and I were talking. There was a fall in Bitcoin at that point, just by a bit, and the alts, I had many alerts ping all at once, like literally ping, 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 ping. They were all falling, and one of them that was falling was People. And I've got this VWAP that I discussed yesterday, and I was going to trade it if it bounced off that VWAP, but Rennie and I were in deep discussion about stuff, waiting for Biz, and I missed it, and then it went up like 4.77%, and I would have done high leverage. But so one of the takeaways from that is, when you're trading, if you're going to trade, don't do anything else. If you're going to do quick swing trades, concentrate on those. So if we go back to Zazook here, I'll just refresh this because this updates all the time. We currently have 842 juicy tips in play, 55, nearly 56% average profit over all of them. If I go to my favorite channel, which is the elite one, you'll see we have 330 unique trading pairs in there. And at this moment in time, 99.39% have gone above 3%, 98.5% have gone above 5%, 94.5% have gone above 10%, and nearly 90% have gone above 20%. And when you look at why are we not 100%? It's simply two coins, which is UMA and Dusk, which came in yesterday. Dusk is a project I know some people quite like and think is going to go up quite a bit during this bull market. Privacy-based project, but yeah, so things in the project looking really good. News-wise, let me do this first because I found it quite amusing. FTT came in to Zazook, and as I was looking at it, and as you know, on the 5th of November, all the coins basically rallied, right? Everything. Trump had won, crypto-friendly time, let's go. And then I was looking at FTT, went to the day chart to put on some hold and break levels, and then I went, hang on a minute, look at that. And then I looked at the date, and on the 5th of November, it absolutely tanked. It went absolute. I have no idea. Does anybody know why? It went the opposite way to all the other alts.
You know what? If I'm not mistaken, I think I overheard. Is it Sam Bankman-Fried or somebody just rugged, like put a whole bunch of. If I'm not mistaken, I thought I overheard that.
Oh, right. I don't know. I just I was kind of amused because everything else went up and I hadn't noticed because I kind of tried to forget about FTX.
Yeah,
Not that I
exactly.
was in their exchange and had any exposure, but I mean the stupid thing is if you go now, it came in as a juicy tip because it's kind of regardless of whether it's been rugged or not, people are trading it. But that amused me. I thought that was fun. Other than that, it's been a quiet day. We had juicy tips come in at our start of the trading day. Then at 4 a.m. UTC, we had some more in. And then since then, we've not had any. And that's, because everything's having a rest day. And actually, it's quite interesting. We've still had lots of juicy tip updates. I mean, I've only not looked at this in a short while, but 15 new ones in there. So coins are still going up like crazy. As I've just shown you my back end dashboard that I use to monitor. But yeah, it's so things are looking great. But in terms of new juicy tips, what the Zazook algorithms are good at is when things are having a pullback, it doesn't take us in, but it will catch those coins that are going contrarian to the trend, and they will come in. So yeah, it's kind of in fact the one that came in. Which channel was that? I forget now. It was a 4-hour channel, I think. I was talking to you about it earlier, Renee, but I've forgotten which channel it was in. Came in, and that
Which
was
one?
no, it was. Oh, there you go. Of course it is. It's an AI sector, and it was IQ. And if I go to here, IQ came in as a juicy tip, and Renee and I were having a chat about it. We were putting on earlier today. We were putting on break and hold levels, and we were saying if it breaks above these 4-hour holds, there's a chance it'll fly. And right at that moment, it shot up 33% just after we'd finished talking. So it does find those coins that are kind of bucking those trends, but it also keeps us out of those coins that are now having that natural pullback. News-wise, the altcoin season 86, I think we might stop looking at this. We are in altcoin season. What are you going to do? Also, another piece of news is that Trump names David Sachs as the first crypto czar. He's been heavily involved in PayPal. I think when it started, he was the COO of PayPal. So there's a lot of kind of crypto-friendly people coming into the Trump team. And when I look at this today, this one we found on June last week, where Rose was the top coin now, Sui in the last 24 hours has moved up to the top. Sui is again another highly respected project and a coin that I want to hold throughout the whole bull season. But yeah, so that's been slightly changed. If anybody can see my screen, then I would definitely go to this. It's by this guy called DYOR Crypto. Go to June, find this. Lots of invaluable information on this. So that's it for today, Biz.
I just want to,
Nothing else to report. Really.
yeah, I just want to touch on what news just came out. So the co-founder Gary Wang of FTX receives no prison sentence for the crypto fraud. So he played a pivotal role in putting away Sam Bankman-Fried for decades. So
Oh, really?
that news came out this year. So I mean, if that drop came from him because he got acquitted, it would make sense. It would fall in line with sort of that timeline.
He just sold all his tokens and got out.
Well, I mean, it didn't explicitly say that, but I mean, if you were to put it together, and if this news came out, then yeah, it would make sense because he had nothing to do with it. If anything, he was probably a victim. I'm sure
Right.
that would be his position.
Yeah, of course.
But he wrote the whole thing.
All right.
Yeah.
So I'm just a programmer. Hey,
Yeah. Oh
I'm
my
also
goodness.
a software engineer.
Oh.
What do we know? We just write the software.
For real? Is that yeah, right?
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's pretty funny. And then with regards to the alt season is good just because we want to make sure that it kind of stays in line with that higher than 75, was it, that we're officially in alt season?
Yeah, I think it's undeniable in any event.
Yeah.
Based on as I mentioned yesterday, I've had to mute, and I'm going to put an announcement in Zazook advising everybody to mute the update channels because they're just coming in so quick as all of the juicy tips are getting more and more into profit. I mean, if I go back to here, into this channel, you'll see that, HBAR 638 maximum, 500, 400, 300, 300, 300, 300, 300. It keeps going like this. The tips are just finding them at the right point, and they just flew up, and I think, after the election, we just caught everything and everything just went nuts. So now, they're having pullbacks and then going again and having pullbacks and going again. And so I've had to mute it. But now it's peaceful. Zazook is peaceful for me.
Yeah.
It's just the start, Andy. It's just the start of L season. So, if you're not in now, then you're gonna lose out now.
Oh,
That's definitely right. But again, although it's right that you if you don't start thinking about it, you'll miss out. It's not too late. B, don't just ape into some crazy meme coin and think it's going to go to the moon. It ain't going to happen. Could happen, but you're 99% of the chance not be the person that catches it. So do your planning, do your research. That's why Zazook is really good from that point of view. It gives you those coins that are bubbling under, that are juicy, that you can go look at. We'll expand these streams to improve, to include more like narrative L1, L2s as we move forward and learn ourselves. So that's what Biz excels at. So he's going to bring his A game on that kind of stuff.
yeah.
So yes,
And
be
speaking,
informed is my, do your own research.
yeah, and speaking of which, since you put me onto that ISO 20020 proposal, man, I got the hottest take ever, and it's so hot that people are just gonna be like, on what grounds? But I'm just saying, like that proposal has already been accepted. So it's not this goes beyond what I think, right? This is the facts. The facts is this proposal is already in motion, and the integration is going to happen next year. Now, whether they stick on the timeline or not, that remains to be seen. But because it's already accepted globally, it's going to happen. And when that happens, my hot take is the regulation is going to start to come in, and any coin or ecosystem that's building outside of what is the standard is in big trouble. It is in big trouble. It is in such big trouble. It's either they get compliant or there's gonna be a cease to exist. So that's my hot
But the
take.
root cause, the root effect of what they're trying to put together is a new financial system
Yep,
based on
it's
blockchain,
horrible.
where the central banks, where the old elites, exactly the people that control this system, will be controlling that one via CBDCs.
It's bad.
So there's a warning sign as well here,
Yep.
right? There's a warning sign as well. So be careful, and some of it we can't stop it,
No.
but we've got to be very mindful of it.
So
Very mindful.
let me do a little bit more digging because if it does roll out in the way that I'm afraid of, when people realize that no, we don't want this anymore, it's too late. It's too late.
It's too late.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like most people they don't understand it. They're gonna think, oh yeah, it's good. You know what? There's so much market corruption and all this stuff, and that's the way they're gonna sell it onto us. And
Yep.
unfortunately, that's what's gonna work. And then when people realize, oh no, damn, what do you mean? Get rid of all these other ecosystems that was decentralized? Well, yeah, because we have to regulate it. Look how many people are getting rugged from the pump fund. Look how many people are getting rugged from all these other meme coins. We have to standardize this. And then when that happens, it's over. Like that's when people realize,
Yeah,
oh no,
because when
yeah.
they say standardize it, they mean they control it. So the whole
Full-
point of blockchain was decentralized and anonymous, and they're going to bring it mainstream and have full control over it. And just like they can print dollars now, there will be no cap on their CBDC. They'll just be able to issue a bunch more. So this whole phrase of quantitative easing will still be around.
Well, the whole thing was to get it to this point, right? Right? It's to create so much distrust in the current establishment and all this stuff, with their policies and things that they're introducing. That people are fed up. They're tired of it. They don't There's just no accountability whatsoever. There's just so much bad stuff that's happening in the markets right now. So everyone's going to agree they need a new system. All right. So if that's in agreement, here's this new proposition. Now, when they realize that this is great, this is awesome, this is now the central banks are involved in all that stuff. But when they standardize this and that becomes the accepted ecosystem, the other ecosystems are at huge risk because how do they get compliant? It's either their technology interacts with that standard, or it doesn't. It's not going to exist. Can you imagine like a Solana ecosystem at risk, and all of a sudden because it's not compliant, it just fails to it ceases to exist? Or can it be compliant? I don't know. But the technology for the XRP ecosystem does offer solutions, but it's whether or not the ecosystems are forced to comply and whether they do or not. I could see it heading in that direction. So yeah, I mean it's interesting.
To bring us back to Bitcoin, I'm going to ask Rene to step in for a second because it has gone through that 1 day level.
Well, it needs to close above it
Is that
before.
The end of today, you mean?
Yeah, well, to really break it, I'm trying to get to the chart. Hold on. To really break it, it needs to. There needs to be a candle, the body of the candle above it, the daily,
On the daily.
But what is interesting now is if it's going to go for that 4-hour hold level that I mentioned in the chart. And if it does that, then from there on there's going to be a pullback. It will form new hold levels during that move up that should hold the move up then and attack the 4-hour break level that we had in the chart.
Do you mean this 4-hour hold here?
I can let me share my screen.
Yeah, share your screen. Swap screens. Once he's done it, swap screens.
What?
Rene is Mr. TA.
Yeah.
So you're going live. Go live.
Just giving it a minute to
Can you
populate.
see me?
No. Oh yes.
You got me?
Yep. You're good.
Well, here's this chart here. So let's go. Let me go to the daily first. This daily break level needed to be broken for Bitcoin to move up further, and it broke. The price broke that level, but the candle closed below it. So at this moment, Bitcoin is attacking that level again, which is a good sign. Um, and if I go to the 4 hour, then Bitcoin still needs to move up further to attack this 4 whole level. And when it touches that, you will notice that that will hold the move down for either for a long time or for a bit. And if it holds this move down for a bit and then attacks the 4 hour break level, that means that there's a good chance for Bitcoin to move up further. Most of the time, it hits that break level a couple of times before it breaks. So most of the time, 3, maybe 4, 5, 6 times. It depends on the strength of the market at that time. But happen. And you can say that this level really gets broken when the daily, let's say this candle here was a daily candle and a green. Okay, let's say this green candle was a daily candle, and this low was above that red line. So the whole green body would be above that daily break line, and then it would have broken that level. But as you can see in the daily, nothing like that happened. So here, let me see. Here is a daily break level, and that got broken here. So it went through it. This candle closed above this daily break level here, and that then basically indicated that the move had a good chance moving up further. So that's basically what's going on here too, and that's what we have to wait for.
Okay.
I hope that explains it.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
good.
perfect.
Yeah, no, totally. So yeah, I mean, we have some. I think that helps, definitely gets us more prepared. Definitely be paying attention to those hold and break levels and seeing what Bitcoin does. It is a good sign on a shorter end, and so my bias is already leaning towards that next break level, which is cool. Um, so we'll see. But today, I'm not gonna be working today because we'll be driving out to the States for a parade, so it's gonna be fun. But yeah, I'll have some time so I'll be taking a look at some charts. And if you guys are curious and want to join in, please do so. You can get our Discord link in our description at Zazook.App. You can take a look at our Twitter. You can take a look at our website. Our website is offering a NFT at an 80% discount, which gives you a subscription to our service. You've seen the results. you've seen the track record, and we just be using it as a tool for ourselves, trading it on a daily, into the trenches. And so yeah, we're entering this weekend, and that's it for this week. It is Friday, so we'll be back again on Monday. And until then, everybody stay safe out there. Be careful because BTC, as we saw yesterday, just did a flash crash, and so we want you to stay in the game and come back and show us and tell us your results. All right, so that's it for today. Andy, was there anything you wanted to add before we close it out?
Certainly was. Happy trading, everyone.
Awesome. Happy trading, everyone. All right, take care.